Hello and welcome back to FDE TV. Today's world is rich in opportunities for growth and expansion. Traveling for business is key to unlocking these opportunities as companies seek to build new relationships, explore new markets, and uncover new ways of working. Nonetheless, qualifying the value of business travel remains a key challenge for many organizations. In this episode, we have come to Madrid, the global headquarters of Amadeus IT Group. We speak with their Chief Financial Officer, Ana de Pro, about the latest LSE survey on return on investment of business travel, commissioned by Amadeus and called Managing Every Mile. We also visit the offices of Pladis Global, where we meet their regional CFO for Europe, Tunc Tezel, who also took part in the LSE survey. We ask both Ana and Tunc to what extent is business travel a concern to them as CFOs, and if they can define a typical profile of a business traveler.
Well, Amadeus is trying to power a smarter business travel on corporations. And as a CFO, it's not that I'm concerned about it, it's that I have to deal with it, because I'm the CFO of a corporation that employs more than 15,000 people, which have a great tendency to travel a lot. So we have to manage that internally, and at the same time we are a technology company for the travel industry, so we do try to help all the participants, being traveler-centric, to deal with the complexity and the challenges that business travel brings. So we have it from both sides, as a company with employees that travel, as a company providing solutions for the travel industry to ensure that those are good, and we help corporations to have a more efficient and satisfying business travel.
Having established Pledis last year, we are holding 300 years of experience under our wings, and we are lucky to have such iconic brands as Godiva, Ülker and McVitie's. We have 34 factories in 13 different countries, and we have 26,000 employees globally. So travel is a major thing for us as we are establishing the company, setting the common goals, and getting everybody around the same goals and objectives together, which is key for us. And that's why we are more traveling. As a mature startup, we are going and visiting our end markets, our business partners, and our family members in other countries, so that we convey our messages and make them part of our own Pledis story, so that they feel the vibe and they feel part of the family.
Travel and expense is the second largest indirect spend category for many corporations. So we ask how these processes are being managed internally at Pladis Global and Amadeus.
Pledis has a turnover of around 2.2 billion, and then we aspire to grow the business to 3.2 billion at the end of 2019, which means 50% growth over the next 3 years. So growth is the key enabler for us, and we want to go for the growth. And whilst doing that, we need to be able to standardize the processes, make the travel easier for our employees, for our colleagues, so that they don't waste their time on the travel and booking, but rather going and visiting the friends, conveying the messages to our business partners and our colleagues in other countries, our Pledisians, so that we are all on the same page.
So in Amadeus we have, as most corporations, our travel policies, we have our travel tools, we try to save cost, but at the same time we try to do it efficiently. So of course cost is very important, but compliance is a must. For that you need some reporting, and at the same time most companies do travel for customer relationship, to get a new business, so you don't want the people traveling to arrive in such a bad state because you've obtained the cheapest travel arrangements, but at such difficult combinations or terrible time schedules that by the time the people arrive at their destination, they're simply unable to do the job they were meant to be doing there. So you need to find that equilibrium between the different things.
So, how exactly can you define the return on investment when it comes to business travel?
It's not about we are not looking into the ROI in terms of the financial terms. We are looking more on the efficiency side. We want to make it as quick and as easy for our people, get rid of the bureaucracy, and make it available for all. So these are the kind of soft ROIs that we are looking.
We see return on investment on business travel, taking into account the three parts that are affected. So for the purpose, so the customer, if it's a customer visit, satisfaction with the work that we have performed, from the employee point of view, that they arrive safely, and from the corporation at the most cost-efficient way possible.
When it comes to duty of care, the LSE study has shown that 70% of participants believe it is a greater focus in the organizations today than 3 years ago. How do organizations address this topic internally?
I think that there are many reasons why duty of care is becoming more and more important these days, because there's always travel disruption, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for bad reasons. So of course corporations need to make sure that at any time their employees are moved wherever they need it, or reallocated, or rebooked. So we have our mobile tools to make sure that we try to do that. We partner with external parties that provide information in case of a major disruption to understand what the needs might be and what the solutions that should be applied would be the best ones. So recently, for example, with Hurricane Irma or earthquakes, we have used international SOS that provides information to where people should be relocated, or in case of evacuation, which is the states where you should be sending your employees, etc., etc. So we partner, and then we do internally in order to make sure that we are in contact with all of them, and we provide the necessary means to take care for them.
At Pledis, the central idea is promising happiness to the world with every bite. And we are trying to stand by that and then take care of our employees in the workplace, provide them a comfortable workplace where they can bring their best to the company, and also they feel comfortable, they feel valued, and then they can contribute to the growth of the group. And traveling is not different from any day-to-day business. So we are providing them global security. We have a global security department where they give the advice to people before they travel, educate them on the places that they go, so that they feel comfortable and they feel part of the Pledis family wherever they go.
So when taking all this into account, how can organizations better manage their T&E processes?
Managing processes is not the easiest thing, because trying to standardize particularities is always quite a big challenge. So I think corporations need to have reasonable policies. They need to ensure that those policies are complied with, so that everybody fulfills as required the business travel. You need to give the necessary tools, which is where, as a company, we provide to our customers those solutions to ensure that those policies can be efficiently applied. And then you need to manage the cost and time part, which so to make sure that you don't have the cheapest flight, but with 700 connections at the impossible time, so so short that you may lose your connection and therefore never reach the place you were meant to be at the reasonable time.
We are looking into the efficiencies in terms of spend, in terms of not only the money but also the time spent, and we are trying to bring the systems in place so that they can spend less time in terms of preparing all these travel arrangements and also booking the expenses in the system. So this is a massive amount of time that we realize that people are spending on, and we want to cut that and give them more time into spending quality time with their business partners and also their colleagues wherever they go. So we are giving them the management tools to improve the efficiency. So we are aligning the systems in the background as we speak, because as I said, this is bringing 3 companies together, Godiva, McVitie's and Ülker, and we have different systems across the globe. So we are trying to get them on one platform and make it easier for all of them. So we are getting the best of each and trying to come with a unique system for Pledis.
From the survey, we can clearly see that executives understand the transformative role technology plays in maximizing T&E functionality. Around 60% of executives interviewed were considering changes to their IT and T&E systems in the next 1 to 3 years. to facilitate better T&E spend management as opposed to cost control strategies. Are there any technological developments that can help enable travel to be managed more effectively?
Absolutely, technology is changing and is giving us more and more tools to be able to do things in a better way. So we should take all of those new technologies and apply them. So anything that is related to mobile geolocation will help in the way of translating documents into information and analytics, big data, all of those technologies that are now available. Even artificial intelligence probably could be done to standardize and mechanize processes that before were done manually. So we should take advantage of all of those new technologies in order to better manage one of the captions of cost that every corporation has, and that is quite a hassle for the employees as well. So probably it's an area where there is a lot of things that can be done, yes.
Those of us who travel regularly for business recognize the inherent value of doing so. Getting closer to customers and partners, being inspired by new ideas, as well as expanding cultural horizons are all instrumental in driving better business performance. While clearly there is no one-size-fits-all approach for every organization, by taking a strategic look at travel and expense management, this study provides an independent perspective on how to manage every mile when it comes to business travel.